the Lord of sea and sky. I have heard my people cry. Oh, dwell in darkest sin, my end to save. I will melt the stars of night. I will make their darkness bright. Who blame my light to them? Whom shall I send? Here I am, Lord. Is it I, Lord?
My name is Father Fidelis Mukonori. I'm a Jesuit priest, and I've worked in the country as a Jesuit since 1973. And some of the people I've worked with very closely are the sisters who actually work for St. Anne's, who own St. Anne's, and other hospitals and places right across the country, and we've known each other.
My name is Sister Mary Mgodzeri. I'm a member of the Sisters of the Little Camban of Mary. The Little Camban of Mary is a religious congregation of the Roman Catholic nuns. It was founded by Venerable Mary Potter in 1877 on the 2nd of July in Nottingham, England.
My name is Alex Danso. I'm a specialist urologist, and I hope that you know what a urologist does. Yeah, he deals with the kidneys, the urinary system, and he deals with the external genitalia, and he deals with all the diseases of the prostate, and deals also with females with urinary tract of the females. I have been practicing in St. Anne's since 1985. I happen to be the practitioner in charge of the hospital, which means that the hospital works on my registration. I've been here since 1985. I've enjoyed working here because all the time that we have worked here, we've had a very cordial relationship, and it's been a very professional way of working with people here. The nurses have been very good, and the reception areas, as you would see, and all the patients that we have put here have been very pleased with the service that they have received from here. So I enjoyed working in St. Anne's. That is the past. In the past, St. Anne's has been a place, or a preferred place, a preferred hospital for most of our patients.
Okay.
All right, so during your stay here, what is your experience been like?
Fine, they are professionals here, very professionals, and they do their things in time. If you are told by 7 o'clock you'll be in the theater, that very time you'll be in the theater.
My name is Sister Evelyn Garapo. I joined St. Anne's Hospital in 2004 as a junior sister. Because of the high standards and the good work ethics set by the Roman Catholic nuns, I gained personally and developed professionally.
Our intensive care unit is 7-bedded. We can admit 7, a total of 7 ICU patients at any given moment. So all the patients whose condition might have deteriorated from the ward, or sometimes we can even admit right straight from outside referrals from other hospitals or from the doctor's rooms. We take them into the intensive care unit. We can go through. We also have an emergency trolley like the other one. It's actually standard. Every ward should have its own emergency trolley. In the event of any emergency on a patient, we put the trolley to the patient's bedside. It has got exactly the same items as any other emergency trolley. That is the emergency drugs and all the surgical sundries that we need to use to manage an emergency. And then here we have got, like I said, 7 beds. Each bed has got its accessories by the bedside.
My name is Kilian Nyamona. I'm the accountant for the hospital. I joined the hospital in September 2021. When I joined the hospital, at first I wasn't sure what I was getting into, but the excitement of contributing to human life has always been important to me. So when I came, I've had experiences where I've had to speak to clients with different situations and sometimes calming them when they are faced with challenges. It always feels good when you are able to share with someone who is in need and be part of their solution to their challenges. So briefly, that has been my experience.
Well, my first time to work with them was when I was a schoolboy, 1960. And I saw these women, and at that time they were putting these hoods right round. And we used to call them little boys, the mother of Jesus, because they looked like mother of Jesus,
Mary Potter, she was an English woman, and herself, when growing up, she was a very sickly child, and this inspired her to have love for those who are sick and to pray for those who are dying from her experiences. And also, she was inspired by the gospel passage from St. John, chapter 19, from verses 25 to 28, when Jesus was dying on Calvary. When Jesus was dying, she realized Mary, a mother, was there beneath the cross, and there were very few people who were able to be courageous enough to stand beneath the cross with Mary. And these very few people, that's where we get our name. Those people, few women and John, who were able to give companion or company to Mary, the mother of Jesus. Hence, by that, we are called the Little Company of Mary, sisters. We are there to give company to those who are sick and to pray for the dying.
We enjoyed great relationships with the colleagues that we worked here, with the nurses that worked here, and we think that this is a super place to work. Yeah. That was what happened in St. Anne's. For the present, as you would know, really, in the past 2.5 years, the government called upon the sisters to see if they could offer services for the COVID treatment. And St. Anne's opened its doors to the COVID treatment. So this has been a COVID center where people have received fantastic treatment in this country.
From the time I started working here at St. Anne's, I have worked in St. Anne's in different capacities. And I started working here when I was very young, and of course I moved in and out. But as I came back to work here at St. Anne's again, my favorite moment is the moment where I'm able to be with the sick, to go into the ward, to talk to the patients and to pray with them. That gives me joy and comfort and consolation to know that I'm extending the healing presence of Christ. For at St. Anne's, we are not only caring for the sick physically, but we also cater for their emotional and spiritual well-being. So I'm very much inspired, or my favorite moment will be in the area where I'm able to take time and to give the spiritual aspect of a human being.
So this is one of the executive suites. whereby we admit the patients who need their privacy. And also you can see it has got a bathroom in there, and then it has got a television, and the patients, visitors can actually sit. The visiting time here is actually longer, so we actually allow 1 or 2 visitors to spend the day with them. But for this COVID era that we are in, we have had to cut short the visiting time. Normally, there is no visiting time in the executive suite. It's from 7 a.m. until something like 7 p.m. But because we are also guided by the rules and regulations of the COVID era that we are in, we have had to adjust our visiting time for the executive suites. Otherwise, this is the place. Ndikutenda Mwari zvikuru nekuti mapora sezvatiri kungoona tese tese mazviremba akudhischarge hai vati makuenda kumba. Saka musati mabuda takuda kuti tingonzwawo kuti magariro anokaita ndimungano amanye 3 months muri muno, mungangodaro mune zvamuda kutaurawo maererano nekuadmitwa kwamakaitwa muno muchipatara cheSt Anne's Hospital nekurapwa kwamakaitwa.
Aiwa, inini ndinoda kupa kutenda mukuuya kwandakaita nzvimbo ineyi. Ndakauya ndisingazive kuti ndakauya sei, asi nekufamba kwenguva ndakuratidza kuti ndapora, ndakuzivawo. Ndakaona kuti pane basa guru rakanga richibatwa nevashandi veSt Anne's. Vashandi veSt Anne's vashandi vandinoti kana ndakavatarisa vakandikoshera, nekuti zvavakaita pandiri zvinoratidza kumutsa vakafa vachiunzwa kuvapenyu. Ndakararama navo mazuva nemazuva vachindibatsira mabatsiriro akanga achikuenderana nezvandanga ndiri. Ndikambosvika panguva yekusadya, ndichidya chikafu nechupu. Ndakatora nguva ndichidya chikafu nechupu, ndikazobviswa chupu ndikatanga kurarama ndakupiwa chikafu, ndichipiwa chikafu. Ipapo pane imwe vhendi yakaitika futi yandisingakanganwa, asi ndakazoita yekutaurira yekuti hamene zvakaitika kumachubu yangu yandanga ndinayo yakangobvawo. Zvikanga zvakutoita sokuti action yakatorwa nemanesi panguva iyoyo nekumaconnection avakaita nemadhokita kuti vachizondiratidza kuti ndamuka, yakandiratidza kuti communication necombination yavo vanhu vane umwari pakati, vanhu vane chido nebasa.
And here, this is our main pediatric ward for the medical patients. Those patients who do not need any surgery performed on them, we nurse them in this room. You can see it's quite nice and warm. We've got heaters to keep the whole place warm so that the children are warm. We also have got some pictures on the walls to try and cheer up the babies. We've got another small nurse station here. That one is a bigger one, but we will need a nurse who is supposed to be looking after the patients at any given moment, because that other nurse station is too far away from the patients. So while the other nurses are working from there, one nurse or two will be working from this side on this station, and they will be watching the patient all the time. In case anything happens to the baby, there's a nurse on the bedside. We also have another play area down the ward here. So that's another play area for the babies, so that they can while up time whilst they recover. And you can see our curtains are different colors just to make the area a bit more, lively for the babies. We try by all means to make the environment very friendly for our babies so that they don't fear.
Yes.
Yeah, I can hear you now.
Yes. So what I was saying is that from the first day I came there, I think it was at night. As I started sleeping, I just saw some a vision of it was a man in white robe, and he was just standing there, and with other people in behind him, sort of walking up and down, up and down. And that vision was there throughout the whole night. In white robe, and he was just standing, just like that. Then the following day, in the morning at 6 a.m., it disappeared. At 6 p.m., those visions came again throughout the rest of my stay there at St. Anne's. They were just coming. And in fact, there was a time when the doctors were saying, we are very worried about your oxygen intake and things like that. So that day, I just sort of exercised during the day. And in the afternoon, in the evening, the images came again, and I just kept on looking at them. And I just felt what this thing that came to me, and I said, now I am relieved. I'm no longer sick. I should be, recovering. And the following day, unbeknown to me, I was actually working on my computer. I had not put on that the inhaling thing, my prongs or whatever, this mask. I just thrown it away, subconsciously unknowing. And I think I'd been about hours, and the doctors came on their round. And the sister said, you don't have a mask. What is happening? I said, I'm sorry, I forgot. That's when I realized I was not putting the mask.
Yes.
But they were really worried about that. So that continued, those images coming until I left and I went home. I no longer see them.
Okay, but have you ever seen them before coming to St. Anne's?
No, that was my first time.
Okay.
And the funny thing, it was the times I wouldn't sleep. I would just be gazing at that image and the activities which are happening behind it. And throughout the night, number one, and I was now getting much more excited, wanting to sleep, 6 of that this week, so I could actually see them.
Wow. Hey.